Hey everybody, welcome back to the Water Warrior channel. I'm here with Chris, and we're going to start our campaign here scenario. So here's my German list, which is kind of preset. It's a 3 infantry squads, LMG, squad leader of the submachine gun. I've got an MMG team, medium mortar. Is that a first lieutenant? Second lieutenant. And then I have a engineer squad, which would be veterans with a flamethrower. I threw a couple submachine guns in there as well. I'm going to be coming on this long board or the short board edge, playing the other way. And there's some preset Soviet emplacements there. It's kind of hidden setup rules. There's just numbers on there. And then there's a couple, looks like gun emplacements back there. So I was able to pre-plot basically an artillery barrage, and it won't come until later. And instead of having the normal chart of a 1 being a miscalculation, it's just going to be a 1 or 2 will be a delay, and then a 3 up will come in because it's pre-plotted. There's not less chance of deviation. That's pretty much it. My goal is to obviously capture the bridge going across the river, and then there's also a secondary objective back there on where maybe a reinforcement section will come in, and then there's a tertiary objective on the pillbox to shake that because for counterattack. You want them dry? Yeah, go ahead. And then so that's pretty much that. It's going to be longer than 6 turns. I don't know how many we'll get done today, but we will start getting going on it anyway. All right. So,
you want me to take over now?
What?
Explaining?
Yep, go ahead.
So what we're doing here is we're going to start basically a linked campaign, and I kind of got the idea for doing this from some old computer strategy games, where you start with a core force, and that's going to just carry on from battle to battle and so forth in the progression of time. And that's where Sean has his initials infantry platoon at veteran. That's going to carry through from battle to battle. And
They're all vets or just the engineers?
no, all your guys are vets.
Oh, I'm gonna wipe you out. Okay.
Yeah, probably. It's not supposed to be fair, but this is just the first battle. So depending on what happens in certain battles, how well or poorly it does, is we were going to set up like a system for like a major victory, minor victory, sort of like the tournament chart, and that'll affect and how that'll affect Sean's core forces, the Germans, is he'll gain a certain amount of experience points, which in time will allow his officer to level up, to go from second lieutenant to first lieutenant, possibly captain, and so forth, depending on how long we keep playing. And also that will affect his core force platoon, where say if he starts taking a lot of casualties, well that platoon is going to carry over to the next battle. So if he takes 50% casualties, if he has to get 50% replacements, well, that's going to eventually start affecting his overall experience level of his troops. Now he can consolidate those down and say, okay, I've got 1 or 2 platoons that are veterans, but now I get a replacement platoon that's regulars. And that's kind of what we talked about.
Yeah. Then also another thing too with the major, minor, and draw ones is that the first couple scenarios might be lopsided towards the Germans. Mm-hmm. So where I should be targeting for a major victory, and then they might even out a little bit through the next 4 or so, and then the tail end ones might be lopsided Soviet. That way, I'm playing for an overall tournament score where I just give up a minor loss to one that, like the last scenario, that's heavily weighed on for the Soviets. Then when we look at if we play 8 actual games, it's like a major, minor win, draw, minor loss. Then we can total it up and see through the course, because this is going to be pretty lopsided towards the Germans, it looks like. But maybe if we play 8, then the 8th one might be totally lopsided for the Soviets.
See, and I was also working at a points chart as far as for example, the primary objectives for the Germans this turn is the bridge right here over the, okay, this is Operation Barbarossa, Army Group South, so it's 22 June 1941. And we're actually going to have 2 turns of nighttime rules. And there's also some special rules that are going to affect the Soviets initially too, but so Sean's platoon here is the primary objective is going to be a bridge over the Bug River here, and then there's going to have, after he secures the bridge and the surrounding area, then follow-on forces are going to come on, which I'm actually going to give a little mission briefing here, because this is all going to be roughly historically based. But it's going to be capture the bridge, secure the area, neutralize the threats, and then exit off the board. So each primary objective is going to be like 5 points, for example. This is probably something we'll have to work out during the course of gameplay. And then in this case here, we're going to throw a secondary objective here on this pillbox, which is actually the only way it can be attacked, assaulted, is basically from behind, because the Bug River is not fordable. It's very deep. That's why the bridge was of such importance. So he's going to have to come in to attack it from behind if he doesn't take it out with either artillery or some kind of direct. But bunkers are very, very nasty though for the most part, unless you have a sniper.
You can't even take it out with you can only put pins on.
You can only put, according to the rules, you can only put pins on it, which, is very possible that with inexperienced Soviets like this,
pin them out.
you can pin them out, yeah. So. But we're going to be using some extra rules, some that are special rules, just modified for this campaign, where we've taken some of the bolt action stuff and turned it around a little bit. Just we can see how things work. But so I guess, do you have any other questions on that? If not, I'll start the mission brief.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically, my role in this is sort of like I'm kind of running. I'm fighting against him with the Soviet troops, but I'm sort of a neutral player. I'm going to play the Soviets the way that I think they would be played in this situation, not necessarily how I would play them. So it's not really me against Sean. It's sort of like, and I think we mentioned before, where it's sort of like Sean is the main player going against like AI, for example.
Right.
So.
And then in the future games that are a little more balanced, we may, Steve Boley or something may come up and play the Soviets, which would be more of a regular game. This one's going to be a little bit more preset than usual.
Yeah.
But then what'll end up happening is I'll still have the core of my German from game to game, but then I'll be able to maybe tinker and add a few things of my own. And then Steve will have his order of battle and whatnot. So
we'll see how this works and how far we want to go with it and change things as we go. Play testing. So
it'll be fun.
So this will be mission 1, breakthrough. That'll take the bridge. So the mission is 1st Platoon, 1st Company, the 2nd Battalion, 64th Motorized Regiment of the 16th Motorized Infantry Division, and this is part of Army Group South, 1st Panzer Group. Will advance under cover of darkness to establish a bridgehead across the Bug River. Once you have secured Bridge 42 and the area immediately surrounding it, a forward detachment from the 11th Panzer Division will cross in a passage of the lines in advance of the division to continue the breakthrough. Your primary mission is to hold the bridge at all costs, but if the situation allows, you may assist the 11th Panzer Division in continuing their breakthrough. Friendly forces, some of you guys might recognize this as a ad hoc operations order. So, friendly forces, 1st Platoon under the command of 2nd Lieutenant Kurt Langers, that's you now.
All right.
We'll have a medium machine gun and 81 millimeter mortar team directly attached from the company heavy weapons platoon. In addition, battalion has assigned one pioneer squad to aid you in breaching the fortified bridge defenders. An artillery observer from regiment will provide direct fire support from a platoon of 105 howitzers upon request. Enemy forces. Aerial reconnaissance has identified numerous fortifications in your area of operation as indicated on your map. Evidence has also been seen that indicates the platoon size force of NKVD border guards with anti-armor assets is occupying the defenses of Bridge 42. A mortar emplacement and anti-aircraft gun were also spotted on the high ground overlooking the border crossing. The Luftwaffe will be targeting enemy airfields and artillery units in the rear areas, so neither should provide any significant threat in the near future. Be warned that the enemy possesses significant mobile reserves in the immediate area to include armor support. Expect a hasty counterattack to retake the bridge. Complete surprise will be yours, so good luck, and remember that all of Germany stands ready behind you.
All right.
There you go. So, some of these, so we'll be starting with 2 turns of the limited visibility in the dark.
Okay.
And the way I replicated the Soviet unpreparedness for this is I put 2 pins on every unit on. They start with 2 pins, and they cannot fire first. They're under strict orders not to instigate any kind of combat or conflicts or anything that would give Germany the reason to declare war on them. So they're pretty much sitting tight. They're relatively poorly supplied, inexperienced, poorly led. The Soviet army at this point of World War II was in pretty bad shape, although they did possess just massive numbers of troops, guns, and tanks. But to replicate this lack of readiness overall, all units will be starting with 2 pins, and the very first turn that either when Sean and the Germans get within 12 inches or he fires before that, their very first turn, they cannot return fire. They can only either do a rally or be given a down order.
You're dead meat.
Yeah.
You're gonna be dead meat.
So that's pretty much where you're sitting as of right now for turn 1. Do we have any other?
I think I took my tape measure upstairs.
Yeah, actually, I left mine at home too.
I took mine
So we will be using some fog of war setup rules, entrenching during the game, and I actually made up a separate chart for that. Another rule we're going to use is that anti-tank gun. This is during the campaign. That anti-tank guns that set up on the board may also be hidden and in ambush. So this puts a big advantage to anti-tank guns for the defender. A lot of these
I like
rules-
that rule in general to be. I think it should be incorporated into bolt action.
There's a lot of the rules that we pulled out of the regular bolt action books, some of the source books like Ostfront and Armies of the Soviet Union, a varying weather chart that'll come to play during different scenarios, and things like that. But we'll get to them as we get to them, so let's get going. So we're not talking any.
So do we start with dice in the bag?
Well, yeah,
Or do we turn one? Is it like the
turn
first
one's
wave?
turn one's all you. The Russians aren't going to do anything.
So it's a first wave,
Yeah.
basically, for turn 1.
I will move my stuff out of the way here. So get over here.
Alright. So I'm just gonna pretty much bring an infantry squad in on the run.
You have another ruler by chance somewhere.
I think so. Kids keep stealing them.
I left them at home. So. Well, one thing I wanted to. Well, remember this wire?
Mhm.
This is a wire obstacle now. So
Right.
it counts as a. What do they call it?
Infantry can only advance through it.
I think you have to stop before it, and then can advance through it after that. I think. But if not, that makes sense to me anyways.
I'm planning to skirt it anyway.
Okay, well that runs, it's an 8-inch obstacle, I didn't have that.
Does it go all the way to the road?
What's the 8 inches? It was meant to.
It's actually 8, with the two together, it's actually about 9 inches.
Well, we'll just go from where it is. We'll say it hooks into the swamp
Edge.
there, yeah.
Okay, two.
So you don't have to bring everybody in all at once, of course, but, you know.
I might as well. I'll use the darkness as I.
Mhm.
And then mortar. Bring the mortar in on the corner. I'm gonna run my MMG cover over here, but
Now, how these night visibility rules would work was say, whatever this unit is here would measure out and say, okay, I want to shoot, for example. So technically, you are right at 12 inches. So how that works is you ran, they have to roll 2 dice. I mean, I can't shoot anyways, but just for the
Right.
sake of doing this, we'll see. So I roll 2 dice and then add a bonus to it of +6 because you ran. And I have to score above the distance, which is 12 inches. So no. So you guys are completely in, I mean, I guess I could roll for multiple units, but in this case, it really doesn't matter. They're not gonna shoot, but just out of
Right.
curiosity, so let's see. Nope, so they would be out of range. Well, I mean, I could roll.
yeah, you could roll it. So it'd be
What's that?
7 plus 6 is
Yeah, is that 13?
13.
Yeah, yeah, so nobody can see anybody anyways, they have no idea you're coming at this
I
point.
got a lieutenant.
I should just get that chart and view it just to make sure, but.
Yeah, it's whatever the modifier is plus the 2d6, and you try to.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
The most you can
the-
see is 18-ish.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what some of the modifiers were. That fucking should be back here. That little patch of swamp up there on the, if we're looking at this in directions, that's gonna be north.
Okay.
And so this wave will be east. And the first Panzer Group out of Army Group South basically attacked in the east and then southeasterly direction, skirting the, I know I'm gonna mutilate the name, but it's the Piperit or Pepperit marshes that split the front. So, and that's what that thing up there is supposed to replicate. So is the southern end of it. Well, let's we just keep going. I'm trying to find where the night fighting thing is here, and I'm not seeing it. So I guess we'd be coming up on turn 2.
Okay. So now we put dice in. Yep.
No,
So
so the Soviets are not going to initiate an attack on you this first turn, no matter what.
okay.
You'll get within 12, and then you'll automatically be more or less spotted by them. I mean, we can roll just to make sure, but
Well, yeah, because I'm gonna get pretty close here. I think.
yeah.
So I'll go with this squad first. I'm gonna do a. Actually, I'll do a snap 2 with my lieutenant. We'll go ahead and pull out. I can get a few things done. So I'll go advance with these guys. Just advance with my lieutenant.
Yeah, I found that chart, but it's
I'm gonna do a run with the Pioneer squad. Alright, so these guys are gonna advance up. Alright,
so now I would
so
get
I
to
guess see
guess
where I
roll.
spot or something. Do I try to? So I'm within like 9 inches of that number 6.
Actually, you're less, but
Yeah. So do
so
I,
yeah, I mean you can roll, but they're going to be considered, I guess, sitting as down. You know somebody's there as far as troops.
right. So they're just hidden. So is it?
Yeah, they're hidden.
Okay.
So,
So
so actually, your distance would be from here to here.
so I spot them though, right? Because I'm at 7 inches. So you put them on the board.
Not for the night fighting. You got to roll.
Okay.
So you would roll 2 dice 6, then you would subtract. Then you subtract 6, and you have to be greater than the range, which the closest you can be is from here to here. So,
Okay. I thought
so 12. So yeah, you've spotted them.
okay.
Is there a question? Or?
No, I was just because I wasn't sure. So that's just the night fighting. So after
Yeah.
turn 2, then we'll just do the
Go back
normal
to-
hidden spotting.
Yeah, we go back to normals. These guys are pretty much just all split out along this. In this, you see it as a relatively large Soviet. It's a light machine gun squad. So. I'll spread out a linear pattern here. There's a LNG team here. There's a component. This one down. Look over right there. Yeah, it's a big squad. They've got that frontage there. Oh, and then the NCO. Stick it in here. Get that guy for me, please. So that's what you've seen.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and fire it then. I'm on advance order.
Okay, so they are down, and that is the entrenchment, so that gives them.
Cover it down.
Well, it's soft cover.
Oh, soft cover.
The sandbags gives them. No, they're counted as down even when they're not. So when you go down, it's.
Oh, it's actually one of the entrenchment rules from
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got right here. I'm sorry. We just did this last game. I should remember it. Minefield. Duggan with hidden setup. Right here. So dug-in units count as down when shot at, even if it's not down. An additional one to be minus to be hit is HE rounding down. If the unit goes down, then the benefits are double. So right now they're down plus down. So,
They're actually on. They're not on a down order yet right now though.
well, I mean they're sitting there, so I don't know how.
You'd have to pull the dice out and actually go down. Then you wouldn't be able to rally or anything.
Well, the first turn all they can do is either go down or
rally.
rally.
Right.
So I can pull the dice out for them. Just go down.
Okay. So I'll need sevens.
And they would have to pass. Do they have to pass morale to go down?
Nope.
No. Okay. Okay. So
All right. So sevens.
see, and this doesn't count as their first turn action either.
What do you mean?
Well, no, that'd be too hard to keep track of.
Alright. So German light machine gun normally gets 4 plus off 5. I have 8 other guys, but one's a sub. So sub, then 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have now the loader. Alright, so looking for supers. Got one possible. Nope. Ooh, 5.
It's close, huh?
And then I've got a run order here. Lieutenant. Okay, so I guess probably spot those guys. Yes. I'm gonna try to spot within that too. That's what I roll 9. I don't know what I need.
9 and they're gonna be so it'd be 9 minus 6. So
12 inches away.
yeah, but still 9 times. So it's
Okay.
they're sitting down. So it's 9 minus 6.
So 3. So
All right. This is a NKVD. And they do have a light machine gun with them. And they are, well, when we start shooting, I'll tell you what they're on. You can see what they're equipped with. It's as model.
okay. Painted nicely.
Yeah, I like that. They're a pain in the ass to paint, but they come out both cool. So, I guess you said you're gonna shoot?
No, I just ran with that, and then I advanced with my lieutenant. Next dice, I guess. trying to spot.
Yeah, there's, I forgot
I
those.
don't think I'll be able to do it.
Probably not.
11.
So you can spot within 6. No. Close, but no. Okay.
All right, your dice.
Oh, okay. They're down, so these guys are in KBD are going to I think I'm gonna shoot. No, they can't shoot, never mind. They're gonna rally. So they are regulars, but they are fanatics. So regular is a 9. So 8, 7.
No, you don't minus for rally check. Oh.
Okay, so 7. So they get, what is that, +1?
Yeah. So they clear all their
They
pins.
cleared. All right. Okay.
And that's just a hardcover sandbags, right? Or-
Soft cover. They're considered. They're still considered down. It's just like these guys.
Jesus. Terrible.
Yeah. So it's like
minus
that.
3 straight off the bat shooting at 'em?
No, because they're not down any longer. They rallied. It doesn't count as down.
But the count is down being in that thing, so which is minus 2, and then soft cover minus 3.
Where is it soft?
I thought you said it's, so it's just counts as being down.
They're just counted as being down when
Oh.
they're behind the cover, and if they go
Oh,
down,
okay,
then it's,
okay,
then
so it's
done.
not also cover and down.
No, not unless it's actually sitting in cover. Remember we had this
Gotcha,
last game.
okay. So it counts, so minus 2. So if that squad shoots at them, they're just minus 2.
Yeah, they're just a -2 unless they go down, and then whatever.
Gotcha, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, geez, stacking it. All right, so next dice. Black. So if I move, it'd be minus 3. If I need a 3, it'd be 6. Yeah, I'll do that. Could fire from where I'm at, but I need to creep up. Yeah.
We'll count these little patches as soft cover, like bushy little things.
Firing through them, or
If you're directly through them, yeah. Or, if you have to fire through it.
Probably won't have to fire through them.
They're supposed to represent just small little crops.
That'd be a 7 if I do. You just fire from there on a 6 then. I think I'll do that. I'll just do a fire order then, because normally 3 rifles are going to be a long. I got a light machine and it's going to be a short. So LMG will be normally a 3, soft cover 4, the down order 6. So I'll do that with the LMG. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots with the LMG. Looking for a 6. Nothing. 3 5s though.
Hmm.
Then I've got 7 rifles. Looking for supers. 2 possibles.
That's with your rifles.
Yeah. Nope. So airball. That stupid bush. Those 5s would have been hits.
See, all these fortifications and things, they're nasty. They don't, especially if you get it within, doing it with other things, they've already done. This guy right here. Can't see him. I guess if I'm gonna do something, well, your visibility, because it's nighttime. He's just gonna rally.
Okay.
And,
Either 8 or a 9. Let's see the bet.
no. Barely 6. So,
Well, you don't minus the pins
oh,
for a rally check.
and you got 2, 3, so, all right. Okay, he's gonna go with a rally.
Next is black. I'm just gonna run these guys. You guys fire, give them some cover and three, all those 8 airball and missed. Run. Brown.
Okay. This unit, yeah, that unit there is gonna rally.
Jeez.
That's good though,
Yeah.
right? I was gonna, it's like, no, isn't that some kind of super heroic role or
Yeah,
something?
if you would be on a like order like the advance or fire or whatever, it counts as a rally, or it counts as a rally.
Oh, no.
So you would get to remove D6 plus 1 pins.
And we'll go ahead and we'll do this guy here, so 8 barely.
Fubard there, almost. You can't, get less than 2.
2, so yeah, alright.
You again?
Okay, so he's
I
rally.
just got 2 now.
I guess we'll do this guy now. I'm getting pretty lucky with all these rallies here.
Yeah, that's pretty mathematically sound.
6, okay, and I guess.
Yep, can't get less than 2.
Alright.
Me, I'm gonna put a mortar fire. Now, since you're hidden, well, yeah, I'm gonna get in for that hidden thing. I can't ever, it doesn't get better. Like 6, 5, 4, 3 until you're spotted. But I'm gonna just go for a 6 on whatever number 2 is.
Yeah, because you know something's there. I'm
Yeah.
aerial reconnaissance.
Yeah, so hidden is normally you go 6, then the next turn be a 5, then a 4. You
And
don't
it's
get
on-
you don't get to 0 in until it's actually
Yeah,
spotted.
and it's automatically counts it down too if you go on.
Right.
So HE is.
So I could fire at them and start trying to 0 in, but I'm just gonna go for that number 2. Looking for a 6. Come on, 6. Okay. And there's 2 left. Me and then you, my MMG.
Did I put? No, did I not put one extra one in the bag here? That's all that was left.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because I forgot that guy there. So okay.
I think I'll just run with my MMG. To here.
Okay. And this is going to be, these last 2 here are going to be rallies, so I'll go with this one first. Oh, he failed, so he goes down, right?
Yep.
And nothing happens.
Right.
That guy there made it.
Yeah, alternatively, you could stay on a down order, take the dice out of the bag and stay on a down order, and you'll clear D3 pins at the beginning of the turn.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So when we start picking them up,
Yeah, I might just do that with him. It's not a bad idea. It's, yeah, with 2, I mean, it's,
it takes the dice out of the bag for the turn, but I don't think there's any.
I mean, if he 7, 8, okay. So now this is turn 3. So now the sun's coming up, and we're basically at normal visibility.
Green.
So this guy here, you would be able to see. Let's come.
But he's still hidden, right?
Oh, it shouldn't be. He's sitting there.
12 inches. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that guy you should be able to see. It's
Yeah, within 12 is normal rules for.
That's Comrade Putsky there, so.
Oh, lieutenant.
That's the lieutenant.
I think
So,
I've got 12 to this thing, whatever's in there.
so is that a roll? I mean, if he's down and hidden.
No, I still. He's not hidden within 12.
Okay, so he would be able to see.
Yep.
Okay. So what we have here is a
Oh shit.
anti-tank gun. That is the what is it? The 40.
47 millimeter or
Is that what
something?
they have? The 47? It's not a 57. It's the. Yeah, but, well, that's the lower anti-tank gun. Let me just double check the caliber on it. So 45. That's what it is. And that would be That would be it for the spotting and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So,
What about this little thing over there? Is he? Now he's in cover and he's down.
just
so,
need 12 inches to spot. So, yeah, I can see that guy too.
but he's down and in cover.
Well, hidden setup. Hidden is when in normal rules is within 12 inches you see what it is. It's not hidden anymore.
Yeah. All right. Thought that was something that we were going to alter, but so that's an anti-tank rifle. NKVD anti-tank rifle.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, I found some different NKVD stuff on a website. They got flamethrowers and engineer teams and
Oh, they're pretty
Okay.
cool looking.
yeah.
The little collar or the shoulder patch things. All right, so you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Black. All right, I'll go. I'm doing advance with my Pioneer squad.
Too bad nobody was in ambush, huh?
Okay, this is the money maker right here. I'm gonna fire at that NKVD squad. So your count is being down.
When in the cover,
Yeah.
like you're dug in. That's what the
Yeah.
roll is, dug
So
in.
your
The
count is
counter's
being down. So normally a 3. I moved for everybody but the sub 4. Down 6. Point blank 5. So 5s for. So the subs will be on 4s. The LMG and the rifles will be on 5s. 5. 4, 5, 6, 7 normally, but one's a flamethrower with a helper, so I take that out now. So, alright, so 4s and 5s,
We're gonna stay up.
okay.
Oop. Good roll. That was just the rifles, right?
The sub and the LMG and the rifles.
Okay, so
Actually, I have, dang it, I have 2 more submachine guns. I'm gonna re-roll, although I don't roll really well.
yeah.
Alright, so I actually have 3 submachine guns in there. Because it's a Pioneer squad. So 1, 2, 3 subs. This guy's helping that guy. This guy's helping that guy. So I only actually have 3 rifles.
So why don't you just roll it?
So 3 rifles and 5 for the LMG. Alright. So these are on 4s, these are on 5s. There's no movement coming. Of course. No worse. Meaning 4s with all those. I rolled way worse.
Yeah.
Yep, way worse. So 3 hits.
One of them's
2 6s. So 2 dead. Nobody special.
okay.
Pin. Well, don't put the pin on it. So the flamethrower is normally a 3. It moved 4. Point blank 3. It ignores cover and down.
Oh man. Oh, jeez.
Didn't know how to feel though.
Okay, so they took that,
Flamethrower is what would have been the roaster.
and you were right up on him, like point blank.
Yeah, it would have been D6 hits.
Okay.
Got +3.
So they got 110 and
That was terrible.
you had double the hits on that first.
I know.
And without the flamethrower.
Yeah. Well, the flamethrower is what the moneymaker is. I mean, it's D6 hits at +3 with an automatic check to see if you
They run away.
run away.
Well,
Yeah,
but they're
it's-
fanatics, so they probably.
Oh, they wouldn't. Yeah,
They wouldn't
but it's
anyways.
but it's D3
I mean, yeah, you could almost wipe the platoon.
with
out.
the D6 pins or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Even if. Okay. Well, that was lame.
Yeah.
Ladybug.
Oh, lucky you.
Well, I'll do a snap too.
German initiative there.
Yeah. Alright, my lieutenant will do an advance. I'll give this squad an advance. Look at this squad. I thought about assaulting. Actually,
Insulting where?
right here. I thought about it, but I'm gonna give advance, and then I'm gonna soften them up with a MMG. Make you decide. I'll do a firework with the MMG. All right, so I'll do the lieutenant first. I'm gonna advance him to here. I'm gonna fire 2 submachine guns. It's supposed to be 2 submachine guns. At these guys. So no movement penalty, but I'm at long range, and then the down order thing. So 6s. Long range minus 2 for down. So 6s. Got 1 hit. Maybe another pin. Nobody died.
Okay.
MMG here. You're normally at a 3. You're down 5. Point blank 4. Unless you actually go down.
So it's 4s?
Yep.
Yeah, they'll go down.
Okay. So 6s. 5 shots on 6. Or 6 shots.
So you don't have to roll for that.
Nope. But I'm keeping him pinned down. So, Buzzsaw, I get 1 more, so 6 shots. Got 1 hit. Nobody. No, are they inexperienced?
Yeah.
Then 1 died. I kind of wanted to gauge to see if they're inexperienced or regular too.
So, oh, sorry, I meant to. Should have told you that.
No, that's okay. I
Okay,
didn't
so-
know until
well,
I
that's-
shot him.
Yeah, that's kind of, I guess, kind
Yeah.
of the fog of war.
'Cause
So,
I
yeah.
was thinking about assaulting it, but if they turned out to be regulars or something, then it would be
Yep, so
dicey.
they lost a guy and they lost their full squad benefit.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But I think what's the reroll for the Soviets? That's only if they're to be destroyed on a morale,
Yep,
right?
they're going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
And I got the advance order here. Just crunch up to the edge of the river, I guess. Get that soft cover bonus out of the way. Give a little soft cover. And they're gonna put the shots into the NKVD. So I've got 1 sub right here. So the sub's normally a 3, so 5 because of the down order.
Yeah.
So the sub's on a 5. And then it'd be a 4 because of point blank. So the sub's on a 4 because you don't have a movement penalty. Then I've got an LMG. They're normally 3. Move 4, down 6, and then point blank 5. So 5's on the white dice and 4's on the blue. I should have 7 rifles.
And they'll need what, 5?
5s, yeah.
So all your whites are 5s.
And the blues are 4s. Here we go. Let's get that good roll.
Let's see the Wehrmacht's the. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the subs missed.
Yeah, a lot of.
Yeah,
hits on the-
because these are fives, right?
Yeah.
Just
so-
three. Just three. Looked like a lot more, but for some reason.
Oh,
it was-
okay. So you had 3 hits.
I'll take
Correct.
that then.
So another pin,
Yeah, that's it.
and they are regular. So you need what, 4s?
Ooh, oh, that's good. If you keep, all 3 died, and with 2 6s. And I got a 6.
Okay, so 2 dead, and I suppose you'll. What do you want to take? Got an LMG and got a sergeant there, or whatever. Oh yeah, we were going to use the special sergeant rule.
What was that rule?
I think we were saying what you could change. What was it? 1 dice.
Oh yeah, you could re-roll 1 dice as long as your sergeant was alive with it per turn.
Per turn.
So no matter what the dice was, 1 per turn if your NCO's alive. I forgot about that.
Is that the way we want to do that?
Yeah, I like that rule.
Okay,
I
so
think-
this sergeant would allow the re-roll on your super, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if you-
once per turn.
See if he makes it through, so that would be his 1 per turn.
Yep.
Yep, so just 2.
And I'll use my sergeant
To make another roll?
to make another roll.
All right.
Since they've already kind of gone this turn. Nope.
Yeah, still killed 2. Yeah, I can see
I
how
killed
things
3.
can-
I killed 3. I just didn't get a. I killed
Oh,
3.
You killed 3, you just didn't
2.
get
I
a-
rolled 2 6s.
Okay, all right.
Okay. There we go.
Chopping them up a little
Well, good, because that's the flamethrower here, bold.
Yeah.
At least it didn't run out of fuel, I guess. You gotta be thankful for that. There you go.
bit. Oh, okay. They're gone.
Yeah, they haven't,
Down.
and the Lord has.
You know, I'm going to activate this token.
Okay.
And that is a medium machine gun.
Okay.
So he is going to fire at your squad in the open now. I can see here. And that's what, 18 to.
Yeah.
So he is at just right at short. So or at 18. So
Yeah. I have really nowhere else to go this turn, other than to maybe fire back. I'm just gonna go down with them this turn.
Okay. So he gets.
I don't have any lanes of fire on anything important.
So you would get 5 dice, base 3, so 5 to 5 if you're going down.
Yeah, normally 3, so 5. 2 hits.
It's 2. And
Veterans.
yep, so we need
5s again.
5s.
1 dead. Damn.
Well, remember you got a sergeant in there.
Oh yeah, I'll allow that. I'll make you re-roll that.
We should have something to. You know,
We could have tokens for
I've
that.
got here. I've got something with NCOs or something.
NCO killed.
Well, I've got NCO killed, but
You just use let's need a little
doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter here, huh? I don't want to
you
use
can
these.
like bug you just to let them know that you can use the re-roll for the turn.
Okay.
And they use their numbers. They use theirs. I've got smaller ones, but these are ones I have right on here. I've got little glass beads I think would be good for that.
Yeah. So we don't lose track of who's doing what.
Yeah, when it gets convoluted.
So I had 1 hit and 1 kill, so that would allow you a reroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you re-roll that 5.
Okay.
Yes, there we go. So I didn't lose a guy.
Nothing.
He yanks the private down.
Get
He
out,
starts to
Hans.
get up like, get out!
All right.
Alright, next time.
This is kind of a cool variable, you know.
That
Because I think
NCO?
NCO should have something. You know,
Yeah,
Just.
I like that when we were like kind of theorying it out.
Yeah.
Allows, as long as he's alive, he allows 1 reroll per turn. Now it could be for firing or to wounding, but
And that means taking out an NCO is that much more.
a little more important.
Yeah.
Which helps the Germans even more because they have a nice NCO rule.
Mhm.
All right, to assault or not assault? That is the question. If I move up and fire at you, you're considered down. Normally 3, 5, point blank 4. If I move back to 5, pour fire on, or just fucking
Who are you talking about?
them to
Oh.
them. You have how many dudes? 1, 2, 3, 13 dudes.
That's a full
We
strength.
go Simo.
Full strength LMG squad. So.
Yeah, I think I killed one guy out of it.
Yes, one.
If we went Simo, you'd be killing on 5s, I'd be killing on 3s. I like that. Simultaneous with me on 3s, but I could lose a squad. Or I could just move up and pepper you, needing like 5s. Yeah, I think I'll just advance and soften you up a little bit.
You know, they were supposed to actually have 2 barbed wire obstacles. That was supposed to be completely blocked off.
Well, I'd still be able to advance through it. I just wouldn't have been able to assault you.
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I don't. Gotta make some things up like you got there. So.
Well, either since I didn't assault, then works out. It's as if they're moving through the wire anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll advance, and we'll try to cause some damage. So normally, like I said, so I got 1 sub, which is normally a 3, down 5, point blank 4. So 2 shots on 4, and then 5 for the light machine gun, 7 other dudes. So normally a 3, move 4, down 6, point blank 5. So 4s and 5s, just like that other one. One sub hit, a lot of rifles, LMG hit. That's nice. That's nice. And then 3s to wound. Oop, yeah. 3, 4 with 2 6s. I'll use my NCO to reroll a wound. 3, so dead.
Okay, so how many did you get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. And I'll just take them off from this end. So 1. So they went up 1.
You want to force a reroll since you're already on your order dice for a wound or something?
Oh, yeah, I guess he can he? Yeah, I might as well here, so. Oh, that would be.
Yeah, I'll just reroll 1. Nope, still dead.
Okay, so that's 4?
5 total.
5. That's gonna cause a morale check with them, right?
I don't think so. I think they had 13 dudes. What's up, Pug? What's up, cat? What's up, Bradley?
Did you have something of choice?
Oh, I didn't roll it. So, yeah, I will take the NCO.
Okay, so he technically wouldn't be able to roll it.
No, he would have been able to.
Okay.
He used it before I rolled the exceptional.
So
he used it
total
and then I-
of 4, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. You good?
Yep.
And they got 4.
No, it was 5 dead plus an exceptional. Because you were asking whether it was covered.
So, okay. Well, that just ripped me to pieces.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, it's a dog. Okay, and I'm going to invoke a special campaign rule, and I am going to make them roll for morale. Whether they're
Okay.
going to rout or not.
Okay. Oh, because
Because they're pinned down, they lost their leader, and they just got a whole bunch of guys killed. So, based on what I think the Soviet troops would do, yeah, it's outside of the bolt action rules.
right for this campaign triggers. Okay.
So I'm gonna roll and just subtract the 1 for the NCO, so that's gonna give them a 6.
You know, the
They're in.
inexperience is 8.
8, so 7.
Yep.
Okay, so
So they
7.
surrender.
Yeah, so all right.
Hey,
7.
they
They just
held
barely,
on.
they just barely met. Yeah, and that would have been a surrender, which was gonna count as extra
Yeah.
points.
Which that's something on the assault that we talked about was, and in future games, especially if there's more going on, we said that if you assault, you could choose to capture them if you win, and then if you capture them, you have to represent by. What did we say? You have
You're
to-
saying
you
you're just
remove
gonna
a,
have like one soul.
one of your guys
To
would
a sword
basically
and
remove one after the end of the combat. Remove one more guy of your platoon or your squad to simulate walking the prisoners back.
Right, so instead of just getting 1 point for the dice, you get 2 for
2 points.
2 points.
But
Count
if you
for capture.
go into a close combat and you end up with 3 dudes left, you may not want to peel that extra guy off for that because you may be on an objective or something.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time in the Eastern Front that happens, so. Yeah, I mean, I'll do little things like that here and there, even that are outside of the rules, if I'm thinking, you know, these guys are in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah. Well, now I'm looking at
And
the
they're gonna
next
go
turn.
back-
It's like, do
back
I
to the
assault
river.
them and try to get that capture? But I mean, any close combat is perilous. You have a shitty roll, and next thing you know, you lost a squad.
Yeah,
I mean, it just
that's-
takes one shitty roll.
That's why I've always been kind of hesitant with doing
Yeah.
assaults.
Yeah.
So-
All right, so I only 2 dice left for me, right? You.
Oh, okay. What's the command range is 6 inches, right?
Yeah.
For officers. I wonder if he's in. This officer's going to do a snap 2,
Okay.
and he's going to do is it a advanced or a advance or a run to close combat?
Run.
Okay, he's going to issue a run, and then
You get 1 or 2.
he's a second lieutenant, so he gets 1, right?
Yep.
Okay, so and then he's going to issue.
Oh, I forgot to pick up mortar dice. But I haven't done my mortar this turn.
Oh. Okay. So we're going to attempt to do it with these guys here. So now they need to pass they need to pass their.
So they're normally a 9.
They're a 9.
Minus 3 is a 6.
Plus
Plus 1 for him, 7.
So they need a 7 or less, right?
Yeah.
7 or less. Let's see.
Oh,
All right, so they get 1 off. So now
Good thing that saved your NCO with that reroll, otherwise you would have failed.
So yeah, what 2 on or 3?
Yeah, 3.
Okay, that's what I thought. So they are all going to
Close combat, mate?
come over here and close combat.
Okay, so we're gonna go simultaneously because you're having to leave that cover,
Yeah, well, yeah, we call that so simul for leaving cover.
and then so wait on the lieutenant then because you issued in the order, but you don't have to execute it yet until after we do our combat.
Well, even if he was, oh yeah, he would be actually a separate.
Yeah.
Then you know his
All
All right,
right,
so
crazy fanatics.
now everybody with machine guns counts as a tough fighter.
Yeah,
right?
so
if
they
you hit,
success, they get a roll another one.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 4 submachine guns, and then I guess would be well, this loader actually has a submachine gun, so he'd count as another, wouldn't he? Or this helper. They gave him a submachine gun too.
Paid for it or whatever. We didn't
Yeah.
do points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, I don't know if I did. I'm gonna take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rifle, and let me double check here. I'll grab them as they, oops. If I grab them as they come off.
It's fine. I mean, you can buy. You could always have bought it, and just you can nominate any model to be a helper.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's only be 1 rifle in there. Well, I guess.
LMG.
Yeah, the LMG counts as, so there's, so. these
So
go
4 subs, 5 subs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, and then 2 others, 2 rifles.
Okay.
Rolling simul, right?
Yeah. You want to resolve yours first?
Sure. This is the SMGs. And-
1. I'm a veteran.
Okay, so I got 1.
You get to re-roll another one now.
Okay. Oop, so that's
So 2.
okay. So 2, and the 2 riflemen.
Yeah, I'll use my NCO rule. I haven't used it yet, and have you re-roll that last 5.
Oh,
So just the 2 dead. So I've got 3 subs and 7 other dudes. So I'm hitting on
these are
4s.
these are regulars, so yeah.
Not too good. 1, 2, 3. But they get to roll another one for the sub.
Oh, hidden 3. No, they're fanatics, so we'll keep fighting.
Yeah. So I just killed 3, but
Okay.
thank goodness I.
So I killed 3 and no, I killed 2 and
You killed 2 and I killed. So I would win. Normally you would die, but you're fanatics, so we keep going.
Okay, so take him. Little Jim rifleman off.
So I've got 2
What's
subs
up there,
there.
Toby? I got a little puglet sitting down here.
Yep. Okay, so 2 subs and
I've got 5.
6 rifles now. Going Simo again.
Roller one.
I'll go first this time. Come on, 4s.
Terrible. 3.
Not good, really. I got one more chance with the sub. Nope, just 3.
Okay, so
It's not good. Could win this one.
yeah. Okay. So I'm rolling
I'm rolling 8 dice on 50-50 chances. Both times I've only scored like 25%.
and I'm rolling 5 for
5s.
5 for 5s. Nothing.
Wow. Don't even get to roll another one.
Nope.
But you're still alive because you've got more than 2 guys.
I got
You got 2. So you,
What do you have to? What do you have
less
to
than 2, you lose your fanatic when you get down to your last guy. So one more chance.
All right.
I can't believe you didn't kill anybody that time.
Yeah, you know, that's how it is. So. All right, so I got 2 dice. I'll just
Go ahead.
roll here. So there's 1.
Okay.
2.
2.
I went 6. So
Well, I better not roll like a crap ball. Almost did. So I killed 4 theoretically.
okay. So I killed 2
2
and
more.
one was a 6. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can exceptional still.
Oh, okay. So nope. So just 2.
Could have took the flamethrower out with you on
And
Last
I would
one.
say since they're fanatics, they're not going to count as captured.
They just did fight to the last man,
Yeah,
literally.
literally.
We killed every single one.
Yeah.
But then it would normally be capture the prisoners.
Right. So this can come off.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because then normally I would say, okay, I'm going to remove this guy.
Right.
Counts as captured. But since they're fanatics, they literally did fight to the last.
Okay, so that's the 1 dice there.
Although I do get a photo op later of the dead.
The lieutenant.
See,
well,
now he's on a run order.
He's on a run order.
So you don't have to assault, though.
Well,
Or you can.
he's a crazy lieutenant, so yeah,
Okay.
it's there. He was going to charge in with the.
Now you will go
NKVD.
first in this instance because you're not coming out of, you're not crossing the train.
This is their Stalin attack to retake the bridge.
Yeah.
So.
He knows he's going to be executed if he doesn't. So
Pretty much,
might
yeah.
as well.
So his helper has a submachine gun and he has a pistol.
Okay, so they both are tough fighters.
So, okay, so we need 5s.
Yeah.
1 and roll. Ooh, that was a 6.
Drop 1.
Okay.
I've got still 3 subs, flamethrower, and an LMG. So 3 subs.
I'll let you roll like this and then I'll just see.
So I took my casualty off first because you actually go first.
Oh, yeah.
Since
But
you
now
didn't
we're-
come after this turn. So I got
Well,
2 60s.
Okay. All right, and nothing. So they ran into the.
Well, that was my response to the first. Because you got to roll first, and I had to roll my casualties, and then I fight back.
Oh, okay.
That
so,
was the end of round 1, so yeah, there wouldn't have been another roll for me.
Oh, all right. So,
I rolled 2 6s.
Yeah, so they're dead. Well, he went down like a true heroic Soviet, whatever. It's 2 dice now.
I'm going to. Let's see, I'm going to send off this submachine gunner to capture that lieutenant.
got a spotter for that pit back there, but I forgot to put them on. I can't see where it would make a difference at this point.
Not a whole lot of block screen.
No, so I'm just not even gonna put them on board. All right.
So I went ahead and I only had submachine guns, a flamethrower, and an LMG. So I went ahead and sent off a guy to capture that lieutenant. And been good intel.
Yeah, good intelligence. So I will put another colored dice next to that to replicate it as capture.
My last one, and now I'm gonna go with my mortar, I guess, fire order, and I'm gonna aim for that thing I fired at last time, and now I can start zeroing in on it.
Public. Now what you doing down there?
Do you want to go down?
Where who?
There. 6. Oh. Okay.
So the rest of them are me. Huh?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to. I'm going to shoot at this squad here with the anti-tank rifle.
Okay.
So that's going to be. I don't know.
Okay. You're still hidden. You're still. Wait, no, you're not. I spotted.
See the
Yep.
I'm gonna give them a. They can run. I mean, I would say out of that it's not.
Yeah, we just said it was light bushes.
So running is 12. Correct? Okay, I'm gonna go across. I'm gonna run across a footbridge.
45 is a pillbox.
It's 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'll put them just about right here.
Okay.
This way, what would we call that?
Shrubbery.
Okay, so he's gone. Anti-tank gun. It's going to. Because they can fire, it's a light anti-tank gun, so if they can fire, they get.
1-inch template against infantry.
Is this still +4?
Yeah.
They
No,
only get one.
if you fire it as either you fire as HE, which is the 1-inch template, which is 1 + 1. Or you can fire one shot at +4 and really obliterate one dude. And it's D, 2 pins.
Or, and being a fixed weapon, they can. How far can they move?
6 inches.
They'll run, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They are withdrawing. Okay. Mortar. I'll put it on. So that's a.
Fire.
Yep.
Okay.
This is a heavy mortar. Okay. What's the
12. Mortars are short.
They can fire from a spot too, right?
They're always indirect. Mortars are always indirect.
Okay, I'm gonna target the bridge.
But you have to pick a target with a mortar.
I can't pick the bridge. It has to be specific. You
Yeah.
can target.
You can target buildings now with the new rules.
Well, that would count as a bridge. Okay,
Trying to
well,
blow up the bridge?
seems like good, yeah.
If you want to call it as a structure, then you can target it, yeah. It just wouldn't hurt anybody.
You know what, I'm not gonna do that. That would kind of really ruin, since then you'd have to call them engineering assets. Your captain would probably fire you then, so I'll just go ahead and we'll target this that squad there,
Okay.
so it still has 6.
Do not roll a 6. That will really hurt.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, almost.
Because that's a fucking 3-inch template. That would be a lot of dead Germans.
You know, that was one of the things on the artillery I was thinking about was that remember you were talking about the variable drift and direction and stuff for missed rounds?
Yeah, I don't care for that. I just like the simplicity. I mean, I hear it. I've seen the argument a lot. But I mean, the round went somewhere. I'm like, yeah, I like the simplicity that, yes, the round probably hit right there. Maybe even injured a dude, but not enough to lower the combat effectiveness of the squad, you know.
Or it could have gone completely anywhere.
Anywhere. It could have went in the river.
Yeah. Now we'll just keep it simple. So. And
Because they did try to account for that in second edition with the template, I think. Because if you would have scored a hit on, like, say, my lieutenant, you can actually make it so it hits another unit or something.
this guy back here stayed him down, so he
Okay.
moves his 2 pins.
It's
and-
D3, actually. You stated down. D3 pins.
Okay. Oops. Just one. And I believe that's everybody.
Flamethrower missing cost me half my squad on a
Yeah, the
assault.
NVD and the captain.
Yeah.
So,
If the flamethrower would have hit, it wouldn't. My squad would still be probably sitting on 8 dudes. Because I would have killed D6.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ugh. Don't forget you got your artillery, by the way.
I know. I was
Those
thinking
barrages.
about it. I was kind of saving it for if any reinforcements come in on the road. I wanted to try to. Can I call them in separately, or do they have to come in at the same time?
Yeah, you can call them in separately. It's just, remember the way we're gonna do the rules, you can only call it one artillery barrage at a turn anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. Well, I got to do it at the beginning of my turn. Beginning of this turn, right? Or can I with my lieutenant?
That's normally how it works, you have to call it, right?
Yep.
Since that's pre-plot artillery, I would say it can come in the same turn.
Okay.
So you don't have to go through the whole hassle of,
Waiting a turn.
you know, they've got their range, they got their azimuth, they've got everything they need, and they're just waiting to fire, so. Turn 4.
All right.
So that would come on now then, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fire that one there. So 3 up.
Yeah.
Okay, comes in. Now, you already had that preset, so is it certain size or anything?
Yeah, it was a medium, it was 105,
Medium.
so it's gonna
Alright,
be
so
medium
it's
guns.
D6 plus 6. I think we're good there.
Yeah.
Nothing else to hit besides the mortar. So a 6 will actually hit it. Oh!
Goodbye.
So that's a 3-inch medium is a 2-inch template. That's gonna hit all 3 dudes.
Yeah.
But
They're all-
are they
they're all
counted-
in the-
They're counted as being down in that, right?
They're counted as being down, so HE is halved.
Alright, so it'd be 2 guys.
And I guess what, they could go down to, how does that work with a direct hit though?
You have to do, yeah. So you can go down again, and then it'll have it again.
So basically all you could hit is one guy?
Yeah.
What does it make, what's the difference with getting a 6 on the hit though, that you rolled?
Actually hit.
Well, but you would've hit,
No, normally just as pins.
oh.
Go
No,
down.
no, they're not gonna go down.
All right. So that's 2 dead dudes.
Yep, they're inexperienced, so.
D3 pins, or D3 on a medium. It's just 1 pin.
Okay, but they've gotta make a check, right?
Yeah.
So they are inexperienced. No,
So-
they're regular.
Regular. So 1 pin, last guy. So it's -2.
So it's a 6? No.
Yep, 6. No, regular.
Yeah,
So 7. Okay. He's good with 2 pins and
One guy.
1 guy.
So, good luck there. Have lift his own rounds and do his things, huh?
I've seen crazier. All he needs is a 6. Well, actually a 5 if he passes.
Well, that's if he.
Yeah, I'm
I should
not gonna
probably
be
put
there.
Man, you're not gonna stay there anyways.
I'm gonna try not to, unless you pull the first dice and decide to go with that first.
I'll put a thing on it anyways.
Yeah.
So they're at a 5 up. And, oh, we're the next turn, right? So these come off.
Yeah.
So, just mark that. He's got one guy.
What do you need, dummy?
That comes off. Okay. Take a quick break.
Yeah. He looks like he wants to go outside.
All right.
I wonder if I should just. Yeah, I think I'll just stop. I don't know how to